show that about 300,000 teachers.
Yeah. Primary special elections also all outperformed Biden in 2020, which is huge. Can you explain what that is? No. Lahmacun is, I don't know. I don't know why everyone's going fucking crazy for the first time when I'm eating food. I should never show anything to you guys. Anything that I'm eating. Oh yeah, here's a Desantis Top Gun ad that I've been meaning to watch. Lahmacun is Lebanese, not Turkish. I don't care. It's Turkish. Suck me. It's a Middle Eastern flatbread and meat dish. It consists of a flatbread topped with minced meat, most commonly beef or lamb, minced vegetables, and herbs, including onions, garlic, and tomatoes, red peppers, and parsley. Okay? And that's what I'm eating currently. Due to the hostile nature of relations between Armenia and Turkey, the opening Armenian restaurant serving the food in Russia was met by some protests. Kim Kardashian, an American model of Armenian heritage, posted a video on her Instagram saying, "Who knows about lahmacun? This is our Armenian pizza. My dad would always put string cheese on it and then put it over the oven and get it really crispy. This sparked outrage among Turkish social media users who had lashed out for describing lahmacun as Armenian pizza." Turkish. So fucking good. Oh, they also took out the judge in Tampa. Remember Jared Smith, the Florida judge in Hillsborough County, Tampa, who tried to block a teenager from accessing abortion because her grades were too low? He was ousted tonight. The race is nonpartisan, but there's just one indication that Democratic voters supported his opponent, Nancy Jacobs. Jacobs won the mail-in vote very solidly, and Smith won the election day vote very solidly. Another immediate and direct, action reaction as a consequence of like going way too fucking far.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your governor speaking.
Today's training evolution, dogfighting, taking on the corporate media.
I love this, dude. It's like, yeah, I'm just like the fucking beautiful boys in the Air Force. You know what I mean? When I'm sending out a mean tweet about a CNN anchor, I'm doing exactly what our boys are doing. You know, Top Gun. It's so silly. It's such a silly Billy move to like look at this and think of this as anything but like an out of touch elitist person trying to make it seem like they have stolen valor, if you want to say that, if you will. Right? Not that I give a shit about stolen valor. I steal it every day. And also, most of the time when Democrats do this, when they talk about their like Air Force bona fides, they're literally just like talking about how they laser striked Pakistani children, right? But it is additionally funny when a fucking anti-Hollywood populist right-winger does this shit.
The rules of engagement are as follows. Number 1, don't fire unless fired upon, but when they fire, you fire back with overwhelming force. Does it say that in the bill? I'm asking you to tell me what's in the bill. Number 2, never ever back down from a fight.
If I could complete the question, though.
So you're going to give a speech or ask a question?
Number 3, don't accept their narrative.
It's wrong. It's a fake narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative, and you don't care about the facts. It's
Bro, this is so... First of all, those hand gestures is like pretty queer coded. Okay, let me just say that.
wrong. It's a fake.
And I just disabuse you of that notion. Like, are you supposed to be like a big badass, like macho man in that situation? Like, what the fuck is this?
Narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative.
Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Oh man, he's so sick. All these like Floridian weirdos are gonna be like, yeah, he's so sick. Slay queen.
And you don't care about the facts.
It's why people don't trust people like you, because you peddle false narratives. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's jump up.
Wow, for once the Air Force is allowing a child of the same... That's around the same age of the victims of the Air Force, for the most part, so... It's only fair that a child gets to do the lasering for once. You know, child-on-child violence. That's a military-aged male, yep. The senior editor of Reason Magazine is really on one today. Biden is saying fuck you to every financially responsible person in the country. It's incredible. Shut up. Cry about it, bitch. Yeah, I mean, this is a classic. Preemptively posting this. Would it be fair to the people the trolley has already killed to divert it now? All right. Speaking of the situation on the ground, teachers, public school teachers and staff, 300,000 have left the workforce. Columbus teachers are striking. Okay, they're on their third day, and they are now disrupting the first day of school.
Teachers left the education workforce, left the profession since February 2020. That would be when the COVID pandemic began. And in states like Mississippi, Florida, and Nevada, they've been hit especially hard by these shortages. Columbus, Ohio, meanwhile, the state's biggest school district there, is opening the year this morning with the teachers on strike. You see the pictures there. Elise Preston has made her way to East High School. That's in Columbus. Elise, good morning. Why is this happening there now?
Tony, good morning to you. The school board and teachers union have been negotiating for months without success. This ongoing strike means no one will be in class here today. Students will begin the school year online, with many taught by substitutes.
Teachers in Columbus have been on strike since Monday, after the vast majority of the union's roughly 4,500 members voted to reject the latest contract offer from the city's Board of Education.
What do we want? What do we want now?
It marked yet another failed negotiation. After 22 meetings since March, the union claims Columbus schools are in a state of disrepair, from missing ceiling tiles to lead paint to water leaks.
We will continue
Oh my
fighting until
God.
we have safe.
Bro, I swear to God, you can't even fucking cut that in a way where, like, these guys are being so lazy and so selfish and entitled. No better representation of the third world country of the Gucci belt than what you are seeing, dude. That's a school in Tarkov. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? That's a dilapidated building that they're working out of. #1 nation on the planet, by the way. Wealthiest nation on earth, by the way. Is this where we put the replace teachers with veteran strategy to the test? Yeah, I mean.
properly maintain and fully resource schools in every neighborhood.
The school board says it's committed to addressing those issues, but insists they can only be solved with more taxpayer dollars.
What? Oh, thank you. No. And we got Pide as well. This is the funniest tweet that could have ever happened. I grew up in the poverty of the mountains of North Carolina. I ate out of a garden, lived in government housing, shopped at yard sales. I joined the Air Force, earned my GI Bill. I attained 4 degrees and created my own version of the American dream. I am not responsible for your student debt. To get benefits. Most countries offer to its citizens unconditionally. Fucking dumb troglodyte. Americans shouldn't have to sell their bodies to the imperialist forces working at the best of the military-industrial complex to get benefits most countries offers to its citizens unconditionally, you fucking dumb troglodyte. The GI Bill's the point. That was the government funding your education, so the rest of us did pay for your education. I earned, and I also paid into the GI Bill. It was deducted from my monthly pay. Hey, guess what? We paid into all that other fucking debt relief too. It's called taxes. Shut the fuck up. The pay for enlisted service members is minimal. It did not cover all my education. My husband worked and paid for it. Like, you're so fucking stupid, dude. I hate these people. I hate them so much. Dumb motherfucker. Code of vets.
Not a contract with teachers.
What goes in the contract doesn't actually solve that problem.
As the unresolved negotiations force a virtual start to the school year.
It's like additionally funny. It's additionally funny when you're in the military and your fucking entire life is owed to the taxpayer. And like, you could have done anything with that in a normal, beautiful, evolved world. Everything that you did would be paid for, and your output would not be to like laser, Pakistani babies. You know what I mean? From thousands of fucking miles away. You also admitted that you lived in government housing. Like, every part of your development, you relied on the federal government to pay. Every part of your upbringing, the government helped you. And now you turn around and act like that's not a thing. My favorite veterans are the ones that never deployed and act like they fucking did something and then post shit like this. I mean, they did it specifically for that reason. Some of these dudes literally just went into the military so they could post. You know what I mean? That's why they went. So they could just like never let you hear the end of it. It's just so incredibly stupid though, because like you're out of your fucking mind. Like every part of your life, you would have died without the government, okay? So shut the fuck up. You can't do the I got mine shit while you're still on the government dime.
Here, the teachers union is calling on families to honor the picket line.
Oh, also look at this. Even if defund the police isn't your vibe, yet give it time and attention, it's clear that Columbus government's priorities are out of whack. Bro, look at this. The teachers in Columbus are fucking upset. Education has gotten $6.6 million. Columbus police, $359,970,000. Meanwhile, the fucking students are going to the dilapidated buildings, which is a genuine a genuine concern for their overall safety.
By boycotting remote class.
We're starting off how we did with COVID.
The conflict has put students like 16-year-old Inaya Broom, a senior at Eastmore Academy High School, in a tough position. She told us she'd rather be in person, but supports the strike.
We started off school with no air, no heat. It's embarrassing compared to these other school districts. Our school has been the same for like 50 years.
You're laughing.
Because my grandma went to the school and she said the same thing. Like, why does it look exactly the same?
Her mother agrees, but worries about how the disruption and more remote class could take a toll on some students.
I stand by the teachers, but this being the beginning of the school year, I think was just terrible for the kids.
She feels that way because there's no education about labor movements. You don't fucking protest in a way that like does not disrupt. You have to protest when school starts. No one would give a shit if you were protesting during summer vacation. You have to do that.
And you can hear a lot of supporters honking for this ongoing strike. As it continues, the district has set up 25 running signs for students to pick up free meals. Meanwhile, the teachers union and school board head back to the bargaining table this afternoon.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Turns out the symptoms of societal decay are universal. They're not unique to a specific society. You recognize them in any country at any time, now or 1,000 years ago. Always the same. The men become weak, the leaders get decadent, law enforcement gets politicized, the currency gets devalued, and then things...
Yeah. Law enforcement famously non-political until this very moment. You know, like the earliest form of law enforcement is literally slave catchers. Meanwhile, Tucker's like, law enforcement, we need to go back to a time when law enforcement wasn't politicized. Before we get to Tucker Carlson, I want to play one more video on student loan debt relief because God, it was such a good fucking moment in history that I want to capture. I believe Gravel Institute did one, right?